Hello, my name is Rudy Hernandez. This is the San Felipe del Rio end of course HB4545 growth report. As you can see in here, this is for 2022 end of course. I'll be walking you through some of the charts. This is a little fast, but I'm going to be walking you some of the district charts and how to navigate them, how to extract specific data from the district level charts, and then from individual schools. As you can see, Ruben and Buena Vista here. And then at the end, I will have some questionnaires that I'll walk you through. Once again, this is just a quick little snapshot of what I'm going to walk you using the actual Power BI dashboard that was designed here to get us kickstarted with Power BI and HB4545. So let me select the actual live database. So here's the live data, and top left are all the campus locations, and the charts are all linked to the top left table. You'll have like the total number of students that are in the program last year, that were in the program last year, and then you can select like individual schools to see, okay, how many students, mathematics plans, language arts plans. You can go and see by grade as well, the number of single and double plans for students. Once again, by grade levels, you can see there, how many HB 4545 students by grade, and then students by grade level as well, broken up into the subject matters as well. That's what you see there. Okay, this is available, has been developed, and will be available for you shortly. Once again, you can click on each one of these. This is eighth grade campus data. So basically, of all the cumulative data here, when you do a selection of a campus, it will only show you in highlighted mode the data totals for that individual campus. Once again, this is last year's data. As you can see, only eighth grade level data is being shown, and the two subjects for eighth grade are being highlighted. And then you can also basically switch to another district just by clicking the name of the campus, or you can select more than one campus and get, let's say, all of the middle schools and see what the totals are for all of the middle schools. So in this particular selection here, you have sixth, seventh, and eighth totals highlighted by grade, by subject matter, and you can do the similar type selection for, let's say, the elementary grades as well. Here I'm just kind of like talking between so you can see how easy it is. But you can once again select just the elementaries. Like here you see only fourth and fifth grade showing up for, let's say, the number of students by grade level, and then by subject matter you only see fourth and fifth displayed here for the elementaries as a group. You can extract from the district data more than one campus. You can select groups as shown. Let me show you some other totals. This same approach is used showing growth. So everyone that was in HP 4545 last year, you can see here we select Memorial Middle School, sixth grade, and you can see more than half the students transition out of meets. They went into approaches, meets, and masters. So it's pretty good. So breakdown in math on top and ELA on the bottom right. And this is a very good success story from the perspective of that more than half the students grew out of HP 4545 for that particular class. And then you select, let's say, all the middle schools, and you can see the growth. On the top right here, you can see that there were some struggles, especially in seventh grade in math. They didn't have as many students transition at all. And then let's say in sixth grade ELA as well. It looks like you can see that there were struggles there in sixth grade for ELA. Okay, so you can see, so it's easy to see and compare some of this data. You can look at all of them together. You can select, let's say, the elementary schools, and you can see the fourth and fifth grade data. Relatively, as a group, there was good transitions. More than half the students transition out of not meet to meets, masters, and approaches. So that was very good as a group, the elementary schools. And then we're going to switch over to another example. So this is an individual campus, Ruben Chavira. Ruben Chavira, as you can see here, transitioned more than half of the HP 45 students into approaches, into meets, and into masters. This is, once again, this is a good way to go and see where the challenges were. Looks like here, basically in grade fifth for ELA, there was a difficult difficulties trying to transition the majority of the students out. It looks like that was not achieved for that one category. But for math, it was achieved for both grades, and for ELA, it was only achieved for, let's say, fourth grade, the transition of at least 50% of the students. Okay. 5 end of course for 2022. This is a slower version. This is the PowerPoints that we provided to you. As you saw in the live section, this is you can select any schools and you get the data only for that school highlighted. All the charts are linked to the top left table. These are once again HB 45 students. A thing to point out, different in terms of number of plans versus number of students. Please be on the lookout for that one slight difference. But you have information on the total number of students by grade and by subject matter. On the growth side of things, same linkage. All of the charts are linked to the individual campus, and you can select a campus or group of campuses to see the totals. One of the interesting things that's unique is that there are several students, or actually several hundred students, that did not finish their HB 45 plans, either move out of the district or for other reasons did not complete it. But the growth charts here indicate how many students moved out of the not meets group into the approaches for improvement, into the meets for success, or masters for ultra success. That kind of data is available. And in the top right, or on the right side, you will see that there are some areas of difficulty and challenges. Mathematics in grade 7 and ELA in grade 6 are two areas where the penetration of moving the students from that meeting into approaches, meets, and masters was the most challenging, as you can see. You can also do groups as stated. So here is the elementary school group. These are some of the numbers that you can see. Overall achievement is pretty good. 66% of the students moved out of not meets into approaches, into meets or masters, as you can see in here. On the mathematics side, you can see if you add approaches, meets, and masters, they will be more than the not meets column. Same for ELA growth. If you add the approaches, meets, and masters, they will, of course, be larger than the not meets. Very good work done here overall. Cumulative work. The elementary schools, now the middle schools, as you can see here, they also have challenges. In particular, the seventh grade, you can see in mathematics, they were very challenged to move students forward. And as well, there were challenges in sixth grade level for ELA. It was very difficult, very challenging to move students forward. As this middle school progresses, you can see in here additional details that you can observe. Less than 50% of the students were moved out of HB 4545 for the program. As stated, the challenges were in 7th and 6th, and the subject matters listed there by the charts. These are the kind of charts that we produced, and I would like to work with staff members to develop the final desired charts for 22-23 school year and see how the teams are tracking towards the end. Now I will walk through each individual campus. I'll start off again with Ruben Chavita. Uh, each chart here can be changed. The request I'm asking is consider some alternate charts you would like to see, and I can work on the dashboard report and submit some of the changes. I would like to get cumulative inputs from everyone we would like to see as a group, and what we would like to be able to highlight in sub categories, since all the charts can be linked, as you can see here. And one of the things that I'll be shooting for also, as we shoot for, let's say, target of 50% students coming out of the growth, HB 4545 coming out of not meets, let's say target would be more than 50% of the students exit the does not meet category. How do we track that? How do we track it by grade, by subject matter, other categories you would like to see? I can work with you to come up with the final report that we will use for 2022-2023 school year. Here's another school, Buena Vista. And once again, what we're looking here is in the Buena Vista from last year's data, exit more than 50% of the students from HB 4545 does not meet. As you can see here in mathematics, and then in ELA, the growth of the students went beyond 50%. In North Heights, for mathematics, it did not, and for ELA, it did not. As you can see in here, it was very challenging for both grades, as you can see here in the data, and the overall, for both subject matters. For Dr. Fermin Calderon Elementary. They did succeed for both mathematics and for ELA. More than 50% of the students were advanced from that meet to the other categories, as you can see. And Garfield as well. As you can see, there's less than 50% students now in mathematics and in ELA that are still in that meet category. More than 50% of students move to the approaches, meets, or master's categories, as you can see in here. Dr. Lonnie Green, elementary, as well for mathematics, you can see that more than 50% of students move to out of NAT meets, but in ELA, it was quite challenging, as you can see. More than 50% of students remain in NAT meets category. Overall, for both subject matters, the 50% goal was not met. For Lamar Elementary, both math and ELA achieved the goal of, let's say, 50%. Robert Babi Barrera, as you can see here, the students were able to move out of NAT meets, but the total number of students was also a lot less than the other campus locations. So you can see here, it's we're talking about 1, 2 students in the categories. For Memorial Middle School, for mathematics, the goal of having 50% of the students move out of NAT meets was achieved, but not in ELA. ELA was a lot more challenging, as you can see from the data results in here. And then 7th grade, as you can see, there were a lot of challenges in mathematics. Most of the students did not grow out of NAT meets. In ELA, the goal was met for moving the students out of NAT meet. For 8th grade campus, the students did meet the targets for mathematics. More than 50% of the students did move out of NAT meets in mathematics, as you can see. And for ELA, it came very close, within a percentage point or two of meeting the 50% goal of moving the students out of NAT meet category for ELA. At the end of the PowerPoints, there's questionnaires. As stated in the live session, there will be some feedback requested for existing charts. I'm also looking for any suggestions on individual summaries or group summaries. As an example, the last line item on the intermediate estimates, we can take AIMHI data during the middle of the year, at the end of the first semester, or even every 6 weeks, and extrapolate some estimates for end of course results. If you're interested in that type of data to monitor progress, that's what I'm looking for, see what the interest is. That's it for this video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.